dear brothers and sisters in Christ, today in Christian Talks we have Brother Jill Kitchen, and we are going to discuss about the amazing grace of God. Uh, how, brother? How are you?
I am fine, Maria. And you?
I'm pretty well by the grace of God. Welcome to Christian Talks.
Well, it's good to be there.
Praise the Lord. So, brother, today we are discuss about the awesome grace of God. What is the grace of God?
Grace of God is an unmerited, unwarranted, nice thing that God does for his children. And most of the time, we don't even realize we are experiencing God's grace because we're so centered on ourselves that we're really oblivious to what's going on. But just a practical example, if you were driving to work and almost got hit by a car but didn't, was that luck or was that the grace of God?
Yeah.
And in my case, I believe that if we're children of God, then he's like a mother that takes care of his children. So
Yes.
he intervenes so that the car doesn't hit us. So we have experienced God's grace.
Yes. We are reaching God's gift by the love of Jesus Christ.
Right. And in my own personal life, there's so many things that when God protected me and took care of me, even when I had my back turned to God, because I got saved when I was young. And so I became a child of God. And even though I wasn't living a Christian life, God still took care of me.
Yes.
And so there was a lot of times when I was drunk and doing crazy things that, God took care of me.
Yes, praise
And
the
it's
Lord.
the only explanation because otherwise I would be in a graveyard.
Yeah, God's grace is His unconditional love to us.
Yes.
So, what does the grace of the God teach us?
Again, I think it's the wonderful caring that God has for us. And basically anything that we do for God or in this life is a part of his grace.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
while we would normally look at our strengths and say he's going to use that, no, he takes our weaknesses and uses them for his glory and to minister to other people.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, God's grace is a gift of divine favor for us, for the especially for the sinners,
Yes.
because we don't deserve this, but it's God's grace. So His Son, He has sent His Son, the love Son for us.
Yes, and when we realize that, we can rejoice every day knowing that we are loved, that we're never alone, God is always there.
Yes, praise the Lord.
And I personally have had a lot of medical problems. I've had about 18 surgeries, including open heart surgery. And the grace of God was there taking care of me all along, even then.
Praise the Lord.
Uh, for example, I had my heart surgery in a city 8 hours away from home. I knew nobody, I knew none of the doctors, but I wound up getting the best cardiologist on the staff and the best surgeon on the staff to take care of me. And to
Yes.
me, that's grace.
Yeah.
You
Yes, we
know.
can say. Yes, we can say that every day, every breath, and everything we have is because of the God's grace.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then we get grace from each other. The smile and the love of another Christian can warm your heart and put a smile on your face too. And that's
Yeah.
just God working through other people.
Yes, praise the Lord.
Yes,
That's awesome grace of the God. Because Jesus said,
right.
my grace is sufficient for you.
And when we look at so many other things, for people that have children that are healthy and smart and successful, it could just as easily have been another way. But that's God's grace as well.
Yeah. We must recognize in our lives the grace of the God, and we say thanks for every day, for everything. Because of God's grace we have everything, and even we have a breath.
Yes.
Praise the Lord.
And we have no reason to do anything but rejoice and share that love with other people.
Yes, like Jesus said, love each other.
Uh, if somebody don't have a smile, give them one of yours, right?
Yeah, because happiness comes from God.
Yes. Because if it was not for the good Lord, I wouldn't be smiling to start with.
Yeah.
So he puts a smile on my face, and the only way I'm going to keep it is to give it away.
Yes, definitely. That's great. Our smiling, our actions, because we are the witness of Christ, and we are alive today, and we share the good news. This is the grace. We talk together. We have fellowship now. This is also a part of the grace of the God.
Well, so many times we as Christians become a lone wolf and try to handle everything ourselves. And Satan looks for people that are lonely and by themselves because they're vulnerable. So we should all surround ourselves with God's people so we stay in constant contact and, experience the love and the fellowship with other Christians. We don't have to do it by ourselves.
Brother, thank you so much for joining us. It's a very beautiful and very different way to understand the grace of the God. I hope it will be blessings and a beautiful understanding for fruitful forever.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much.
Praise the Lord.